Spring migration. Hello, third graders. I'm here to talk to you today about migration, that annual repetitive movement that some animals make from one place to another in a pattern. So today we're talking about the spring migration, and these migratory birds are amazing. Some of them travel thousands and thousands of miles to come north to find a place to nest and raise young. You might ask, why would they do that? Why would they travel thousands of miles? Well, these birds that are wintering down in the tropical climates, like in Central in South America, these birds down there have a lot of other birds feeding down there. Many, many birds are down here in the tropical regions. If they raised their young there and nested down there, there would not be enough food and other resources for them. So these birds have developed this amazing strategy of behavioral adaptation called migration. And these long distance migrants travel all the way from South America, Central America, all the way up to Michigan, Canada, the United States. Some even go all the way up to the Arctic. It's amazing. These birds, friends, spend a lot of energy doing that. It takes a lot of food for those birds to make that incredible journey. And some of them are very small. Some of my favorite birds that I like to look for in the spring are the ones called the warblers. The warblers are an amazing group of birds that includes a lot of colorful birds. Some of these colorful birds actually nest right here in Michigan, right around us, like the yellow warbler. But if you look at these, they all have their own special colors and their own special patterns. There are over 30 different warblers that you can see right in Michigan during this time of the year. It's amazing to get out and look for warblers. I like to use this book to help me with identification. It's the National Geographic Field Guide to Birds. Some of you may wonder, when do these little birds migrate? They're so small and beautiful, it seems like a lot of predators would like to get them. Well, you're right. Sharp-shinned hawks and many other types of predators would love to eat these birds if they could get them, so they migrate at night when hawks aren't flying. How do they find their way at night, you might ask? Well, if the stars are out, they use the stars, the moon, patterns of where the sun set and the sun rose, and scientists aren't exactly sure. It's still kind of a mystery. How do these tiny birds find their way at night thousands of miles? Some scientists think that they have special magnetic material in their brains so that they're attracted to the North Pole, like a magnet. It's amazing. Birds are just amazing. Boys and girls, I hope you can get out this spring and look for some of these amazing migrating birds. Some of them migrate here and they nest right around your yard, and some migrate further north. When you look at the slideshow that's attached to this lesson, you're going to meet some of the warblers. I've picked out 7 or 8 warblers that migrate through Michigan, but they nest a little further north than where we are. So it's the time of year when you can see these colorful jewels. Please take a look at those warblers, get to know them, and then get outside. If you have binoculars, great, but you don't need them. Sometimes you can walk right up to a bird and look at it. Friends, I hope you enjoy this lesson on migration and the year in the life of a migrating bird. Think about what they're doing throughout their whole busy year of life. Happy birding, friends. See you later. Hello, friends. Now that you know about these amazing songbirds that migrate thousands of miles, and now you know why they migrate, let's figure out how they go through a year. Let's look at the pattern of a year in the life of a migrant bird. You can see we divided this diagram up into seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. What are these birds doing on a regular annual basis to complete this cycle or pattern? So the birds that we were talking about, warblers and other migrating birds that migrate long distances, in the winter time, which of these things are they doing mostly in the winter? Winter's not a time for migration. Winter's a time to kind of get a lot of energy and fatten up for that journey that's coming. Moving on into spring, the main thing birds are doing in the spring, the migrant birds anyway, is one of the words over here. Which way are they going? Now you know why they're going. So in the spring, some birds towards the tail end of spring may start to nest, but the real raising young and nesting happens later on. What do you think a bird is doing with its family in the summer? Many birds nest more than one time. So what happens in the life of a migrating bird in the summer? Towards the end of summer, they're getting ready to do something again. Down in fall, we move into the season of fall, birds again are thinking about making that long journey. So which word could you put in? Which words could you put into this box? What are the birds doing in the fall? And then in the fall, they move right back into winter, and the cycle keeps on going. As long as there aren't problems along the way, which some birds do face that, especially during migration. Boys and girls, I hope you can complete this amazing diagram and you can start to look at birds in a different way.